Hey guys, go to txx1.com and use pack 10 for 10% off. You can get access to the best sleeves, best over sleeves in the game for competitive play. The Supreme Pros are what I'm currently using for my main deck right now, and if you guys want to get access to them as well, go to txx1.com and use pack 10 for 10% off. See you there. Anyways, enjoy the video. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the anticipated most expected 100% accurate Banlist prediction video. So today we're going to be going over a little bit of both what I think Konami will do versus what I want to happen. Okay, so I understand that like you can't always get what you want, and but I do have some inkling on, I guess, who I think or what I think will get banned. At the same time, I threw some stuff on here that I really want to get banned. Okay, so let's see how right we are when the ban list actually does come out. And hopefully a ban list actually, in fact, does come out. Because I'm actually a little bit worried that a ban list might not even come at this point. We do have YCS Chile and YCS Philly coming up soon with the new support. And guys, if these cards are not addressed, the new cards from Cybernetic Access Storm are honestly just, they're just super like valuable to a Ryzart. So let's see what we can do here. Let's talk about the theory and all that good stuff, and we'll start off with the bandit section. So I think number 89, Diablosis, should get banned. I think it's something that they probably will look into banning. I mean, I think this is actually a realistic expectation because Diablosis is what enables a lot of the zone lock, like the 5-card zone lock in Kashtira. And I think we can all agree that, you know, while our Ryzart Macrocosmos ability is quite frustrating to play against, I think Diablosis enabling the 5-card zone lock, not letting you or giving you an option to even play at all, is even more frustrating. And a Ryzart is much more doable slash counterable, while like the 5-card lock is, you know, even though like their outs such as Nib like can be quite, you know, devastating. It's very similar to like an FDK. So I think that card should probably be hit. And also like it stops people from like, you know, putting 2 Zeus in their extra deck, or putting like a bunch of 2-0s in their extra deck, which gives a lot more versatility for decks in terms of what they can play in their extra deck. So I think it's just a good hit overall. Next is going to be Branding Explosion, and I know a lot of you in the comment section is going to argue with me on this one, mainly because you're going to be like, there's a couple of people on the fence where they'll argue such stuff as like, oh, the new support from Cybernetic Access Storm is going to release support that basically will do what Explosion does on legs. Well, I can definitely agree with that, but I think hitting Explosion means that they have to resort to that method. And if we can stop the new method that comes out, I think that's fine. The reason why I want to ban Explosion, you see me not ban cards like Gimmick Puppet, or like Raw Disciples, is because if you ban just Gimmick Puppet, then they'll just, you know, try something else. Like they'll give you Dark Angel so you can't activate spells. They'll give you Raw Disciples so you can't summon anything else except God cards, you know. So or there's something, you'll give you Edo so they can't normal summon. Like it's just like there's a bunch of like other good targets and floodgates that you can give your opponent. Therefore, like I think hitting the root of the issue, Branded Expulsion, is just best. And Branded Expulsion, I think, is super powerful. So those are the 2 hits. So the first 2 cards you see here in the ban section, or so what I believe is likely to get banned. The 3rd card on the list is Cybersign, and this is like a hit that I think isn't as intuitive, so I don't think it'll necessarily get hit, but I would like it to get hit. And it's the fact that if Explosion gets hit, Diablosis gets hit, then the Super Heavy Samurai cards are full power. And if you guys are not familiar with what that engine is capable of, they make a card called Gear Gigan X, and Gear Gigan X allows you to search any machine monster level 3 or lower from your deck to your hand. And guess what? Cybersign is a machine monster that you can search and normal summon, because the Super Heavy Samurai engine combo doesn't actually utilize your normal summon. So you're able to actually just search Cybersign and normal summon it and just summon any extra deck monster for free, such as Exterio. You know, and these are 1-card combos that I'm talking about, by the way. So like you can summon Exterio, you can summon Dinomorphia, Rexstrom, like, yeah, sure, there's Last Warrior. Like it's just like I think before, historically, you know, when this card was at 1, it, like, I guess there was a bunch of really gimmicky ways to summon it. But now there's a new meta deck that literally summons and searches this card with one, like, that's off 1 card. So I truly think this card should get hit. Like, it's a wish list, not a prediction for this one. So I would just put it here. You know, if Konami's listening, please just take it out. Now let's go to the limited section, and I think it might be a little bit confusing if you're looking at it and you're not listening to the conversation. But I think Runic Fountain should go to 1. And if Runic Fountain doesn't go to 1, then I think Tip should go to 1. I think it's one or the other. I think Fountain definitely should get hit to 1. Because if you out it once, it's basically out of the game forever, and your opponent loses a very big grind game. So I would like to see Fountain go to 1. I think it's really, really powerful. I could also see Tip and Fountain both go to 1. And the engine is still very doable, still very manageable. But I think hitting those 2 cards would be great. There's also an argument to just ban Hugin as well, but I don't think that's necessary, because if you ban Hugin, then I really think it kills the engine. Like, you have to play like Terraforming and a bunch of other weird cards. The Runic's engine is so powerful because any Runic card grabs access to Fountain, and making so that it still does so is still good, you know. So I think Fountain to 1 is what will make it less unfair, but you know, if you put it to 2, it's like it doesn't do anything. So I think 1 is the number to make it actually kind of hurt. Now let's talk about Fenrirs and Unicorns, right? So I believe Unicorn should go to 1. You know, it was speculated that Unicorn was supposed to be an ultimate rare in the latest OTS, but it wasn't. And I think the reason why it wasn't was because I think they've anticipated that Unicorn is one of the cards that they're probably going to look to ban. And but if they somehow miraculously don't ban or limit Unicorn, I think they'll limit Fenrir. You can make an argument that both goes to 1. But I think Fenrir being an ultimate rare out of the latest OTS set, and this is, you know, kind of me like speculating here, that I think Fenrir will still stay at 3. But I put them both in the limited section because I think one or the other will go to 1. And I think Unicorn is like the main 1-card combo of the deck. So having that card go to 1 would be kind of nice. So we'll see. Now we have like some of like the rulers. I think they can go to 1. I think they're fine at 1. We've seen Master and OCG put those cards to 1. Doesn't really do anything. It's fine. I think Gold Bulb is like a really fun one. We don't have Hulky Fibrax anymore. So Gold Bulb will mainly be used in like Vernisifus strategies. It'll be used in like the Super Heavy Samurai strategies. Like, I think it'll be a cool card. This is more of a wish list, not really a guess. I just threw it in here because I thought it'd be cool. Now we have Sprite Blue. So, guys, I think we have to put the deck down, man. You know, Josh is always gonna try to make this deck work, but you know, we gotta put his deck down, guys. We gotta put this deck down, man. I think the best part of the Stride engine isn't the starter, isn't the jet, it's the blue. Blue by itself is 3 bodies. It is such a ridiculous card. And I think putting it at 1 will finally make it hurt a little bit more. And I think you can keep jet, you can keep the starter, but I think the blue is what it's like. I think the best card out of the Sprite engine. So having it get hit, I think would be kind of nice to see some new changes, some new diversity for the new format. Again, second to last, Simorg. This is going to be kind of like a wish list / prediction. I feel like I just kind of threw this in here because, you know, the Literalist deck has 2 Recital. This monster can summon Apex. Barrier Statue's banned. I feel like having it summon Apex is like still way more doable. Like Barrier's finally banned, so you know, having this at 1 would be kind of nice. And Harp to 1 is kind of like a wish list. I started playing the game when this card was right on the crust of getting banned, so it'll be cool. I think we see in Master Duel that this card is, you know, legal and it doesn't really do anything even with Yursu. So I think freeing Harp is fine. You know, like give, I guess, like some of the casual semi-competitive players something fun to play with. So I think Orcus would be cool, and maybe do some Orcus tier strategies. Who knows? So semi-limited. Okay, Product Prosperity is, so the reason why I have this card at 2, and I know it's like a very OCG thing of me to do, but part of the desires was at 2 at some point. So like I don't think it's uncommon for them to like actually hit a pod card to 2. And Prosperity is an amazing card. It's, you know, you saw it using Kashtira. It was using like Melfi Sprite. It's just a really busted card in general. It was using like, you know, in a bunch of decks. Like it just adds a whole layer of consistency. And I think this card is just like really broken, like absolutely broken. I think putting it at 2 makes, like, you know, even in Trap Tricks I was using this card, but like putting it at 2 makes it so that it reduces the consistency by a little bit. Not too much where like it makes you like not want to play the card anymore, but enough where like you still play it. You see it, wait, you see it like 10% less, you know. And I think that's great. Like post side, this card is even crazier. So I think having it at 2 would be kind of nice. Now Birth. Birth is a crazy card, man. I didn't know what I wanted to do with this. I almost wanted to put this card at 1 as well, but I thought hitting Unicorn would be enough. But maybe I'm wrong. Like this is a wish list. I think Birth should be limited, but it's kind of a wish list. Like semi or limited. I just have it go down, you know. I think this card is like literally one of the best cards in the Kashtira engine because it loops it gives you infinite recovery. It's just so strong. Maybe it goes to 1. I mean, maybe that's better. So I'm not sure. This is kind of a wish list. I don't think they'll hit Birth personally. I really don't think they'll hit it. I think the first cards they'll tackle is the Unicorns, the Diablosis, the Frenyirs, but I could be wrong. And this is my my wish list / I'm not sure, you know. So Sega's like the 3, Desires the 3. I think they're due to come back. You know, like I think these cards are something that we've seen slowly creep up. Like Desire was at 1, then it went to the 2. I can literally see it coming to 3 in the next list. Gazelle is a card that's slowly moving up as well in on the ban list. If you guys been paying attention to the ban list trends, you see that Gazelle has been slowly moving up. It goes from 1 to 2. I can easily see a 3. Miscellaneous Source. I think this is a fun one. I think this card could come to 3 because it'll be used to sell the new Dino cards, the new Dino support. So that's why I could see it go to 3. But you know, maybe let's hope it doesn't come to 3 because I think this card is so toxic. But I can see it come to 3. That's my guess. Not sure. Maybe that's kind of this is probably Copium. Okay, so let's see. Tiger to 3. I think this card come to 3. This is more of a wish list. Don't attack me. I don't know. Like, not sure. Like, I feel like it's one of those cards that just comes, like, they'll just put back, you know? So, Recital Starling's been at 2. Going to 3 won't change anything. So I think having it at 3 will be fine. Now, I kind of want to talk about, like, some cards that are notable mentions. Cards that I don't think will get changed, even though it might be likely they'll get changed. But I think this is part of the conversation that I find a little bit interesting. So let's talk about this. A Ryzart. I know like an easy solution would be to just ban a Ryzart, but it would just absolutely kill the deck. And I think to make the deck still somewhat playable, would be to keep a Ryzart in the format, because a Ryzart for the Kashtira deck, yes, it's an issue, but I think the Lock 5 was way more of an issue. So I think a Ryzart being banned would actually be kill the deck way too hard. So I think having it stay would be kind of fine as an anti-meta / Fluondery strategy, right? So, Hugin. I don't think Hugin should get banned. I know a lot of people are coming at me like, yo, I think Hugin should get banned. I don't think Hugin should get banned. I think all the Runic cards should show Fountain. I think if you just make Fountain go to 1, it makes it so that if you can out the Fountain and you cook them, they don't get any recovery anymore. So, and then a bunch of like the branded cards. I think the branded cards are like fine to like stay. Like maybe like if we were in an OCG, they'll hit these cards to like 2 Aluber, 2 branded opening, kind of like a Macedo thing. But look, I think these cards are here to stay. They're getting new support, so I don't think decks that are getting more support are gonna be getting hit, you know. So now Nappies. This one is quite controversial. I personally don't think you should ban Nappies because I think Nappies is broken, for sure. Okay, I just don't think you'll get banned because like it's only really made in the Naturia engine, and I think Naturia Runic will definitely not be as strong of a deck anymore if you hit the fountains and the tip. So, but the card is, a card is broken. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nappies is broken, but I think that's their end board. So, Block Dragon. So a lot of people hit me up. They're like, yo, I think block goes to 1 because of the OCG. They have Vernusiphus, Super Heavy Samurai, 60 card, block, you know, and I'm like, bro, please, like, you're coping. I think block to 1 would be absolutely insane. I think it could be a nice wish list for people, but let's be honest. I really don't think this card can come back. This card is literally insane. It's just it's so broken. Like, you guys know under Dweller you can summon back Block Dragon. Like, the card's just crazy, man. And it's for the same reason why I don't think Redox should come back, because Super Heavy Samurais, there's a lot more Earth decks with good cards. Like, Redox is just a good card. You know, it's a Monster Reborn on legs. Like, I don't think this card should come back. Colossus, come on, let's keep this card banned. A lot of decks gets invalidated just having this on the board. The Purely deck cannot play the game. The Super Heavy Samurai cards can't play the game. You just can't have Colossus come back. Masterpiece is just, yo, like, maybe he comes back. Like, I know, like, Purely's are getting a towers, but Purely's towers are like gives them recovery and follow up. So I don't know, to be honest. Skill drain, we're not, you know, like, I feel like skill drain or floodgates getting banned. It's more of a master duel thing / OCG thing. I don't think that's gonna happen in OCG. I haven't really seen that. There's cards like Tikaboo and like all this other stuff that should get banned. So I don't know. Engage, I think staying where it at is fine. Zeus staying after it's fine. And Gimmick Puppet, I kind of talked about this. Like, I don't think you ban Gimmick Puppet because I think it's better to address the root of the problem, which is expulsion. Mail Mew, I think maybe Mail Mew could come back, but I just put it as no change because I don't want to keep it like, I wanted to keep it kind of like as accurate as possible. So I kind of put it in the no change list because I'm like, you know, I don't think they'll move the card back. But maybe, who knows. Diagram stays where it's at. I think Sprite Jet is fine. If you hit the blue, keeping the Jet where it's at is fine. You know, Electromite, like, Super Heavy Samurais can literally make this and go infinite. Please, no Electromite. Like, card is crazy. I don't want to see Electromite. Like, literally every deck will just play it with the Super Heavy Samurai engine. Like, just please, no more. You have Ibly. Ibly is definitely powerful. But I think, like, there's very few decks that actually, like, play it. So I think it's fine to, like, still keep. It's definitely, like, manageable. People are playing outs for Ibly. If Ibly becomes a really big thing. Spring you can keep. Barrier, I don't think they don't ban Floodgates, so I think they'll keep it. Brand Fusion they'll keep. Shangri-La, I think they keep. They could have put that card at 1, but, like, realistically, I don't know. Like, I don't think, I think Diablosis is better. Spyros should come back, but like I said, I don't know if they're necessarily going to touch this, so I'll put it at no change because I don't want to, like, guess too much. Dryden, I would love to see it at 1, but I don't know. The wind-up carrier, yeah, gotta go. Say where it's at. The virus, I want to see get banned, but I don't think they'll ban it. It's on the same level as a floodgate, but yeah, this card is crazy. Circular stays where it's at. I think Mathematics is in a fine position where it's at. Slaughter can say Grass is crazy to have come back, so I think having it banned is still fine. Callby's at 1 right now. I would love to see this card banned, but they're not gonna ban it. They're not gonna move it anywhere else, so they'll just keep it where it's at. I don't think they should bump this card up though, because it makes Bread and any other deck, especially as we head into like a 15 headshot format, really powerful. So I think, like, just having Call by the Grave at 1 is, like, fine. And then we have Maxi. So maybe Maxi can go to 3. Now I'm choking, guys. Maxi is too crazy. Let's keep it where it's at. Let's not go overboard. And I think this is my prediction. Let's see how accurate I am. If you have any suggestions on what you would change, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the content. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.